Hey guys, Kate here today to talk to you about diets in disguise. It is March 14th, 2018, and this is my episode number 7 of my intuitive eating virtual workshop series on intuitive eating, and today's subject is diets in disguise. I just wanted to give a little shout out to two of my dearest friends. I look a little discombobulated. I think I have a hair or something in my contacts. So if you see my left eye going crazy, it's because I think there's something in there. I literally just showered right before this episode because I had to get my workout in, which I didn't do earlier because two of my best friends, I sent an SOS to them yesterday and I said, I just have to meet. I have to see you guys. I haven't seen you in so long. I've been working so hard on my business and lacrosse season and everything else. And we were scrambling, trying to find a time to meet. And one of them threw out there 7:45 at Panera. And so they met me there. We had coffee and we got a good little chat in. So everything hereafter is going to be a little bit scrambled, but that's okay because friends and family. It's what it's all about, right? And so I'm so thankful for them that they were able to meet me. And before I go any further today, here's my usual disclaimer that everything I say here is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended to take the place of any advice you may receive from your healthcare practitioner. So, okay, diets in disguise. What the heck does that mean? Well, how many times have you gotten totally psyched about a new wellness or weight loss program that seemed like a totally surefire way for you to change your habits forever? But in the end, you just couldn't maintain it long enough to achieve the desired effect, which is not always stated as weight loss, but generally is implied or assumed or secretly hoped for by you. And when this new program doesn't work, you're left wondering, how come? What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? What's wrong with me? It's working for everybody else. I can see their posts on Facebook and Instagram, and they're all following the plan to a T, and they're shrinking before my eyes. How come I can't stick to this plan? It's guaranteed, and it's not a diet. It's a challenge or a wellness program or a lifestyle shift. So what the heck? Well, first of all, let's stop and remind ourselves, first of all, that what we see on social media may not always reflect what's really going on. People can post anything they want, and believe me, especially in this business, people take great liberties with editing, features, and filters. And from what I've learned, it's not always the case 100%, but when somebody hashtags no filters, I think that literally almost always means that they have edited something in their post. Second of all, have you ever stopped and considered that maybe that new program that you can't stick to, but everybody else can, really was a diet, but it was just a diet in disguise? And I hope if you've been following along, you know by now that it's been proven time and again that diets don't work. But the weight loss industry is having to work so hard not to let that message sink in because of all these counter messages that we're now starting to hear and are spreading. And so the diet industry, the weight loss industry, they're having to get more and more creative about figuring out ways to blur the lines so they can continue to make money off of your quote unquote failed attempts. Put the blame on you, so that you keep buying products, which they keep marketing as this is the one that's going to work. So how are you to know before you actually, quote unquote, start a new program, whether or not these new habits are part of a healthy lifestyle, a real healthy lifestyle that you can maintain for life, or just a diet in disguise? Well, and in my attempt to keep this very short today, I am trying to keep it really short. I think I'm down to 10 pages, which is like half of what I've been doing. So let's go for it. Here are 9 characteristics that are listed on the website lifeblisslisa.com. She's a blogger. She's got really great articles. I like the entire article on the topic, but trying to keep it short. So I'm literally just going to read her list of 9 points verbatim because she writes really well and she's funny. And Here's how Life Bliss Lisa says you can distinguish between whether a habit related to a lifestyle change is really sustainable or whether it's just a diet behavior in disguise. So number one, except for any allergies or sensitivities, if you are strictly prohibited from eating or drinking something on the plan, it's a diet. Number two, if you have to measure, count, or ration foods, or be hungry, or if you feel like you need to quit your job to become an expert just to maintain the new plan, it's a diet. Number three, if the purpose of the plan is to lose weight, no matter how much you try to convince yourself it's not, it's a diet. Because weight loss should not be a permanent way of life. We shouldn't permanently exist in a state of trying to lose weight. So if you're eating things that you would never eat if you are already at your desired weight, then it's a diet. Number four, if your actions are ongoing just to keep all bodily systems running smoothly, it's not a diet. Also keep in mind that lifestyle change, so a new lifestyle habit or a new plan, it's not static. It shouldn't be static because your life isn't static. Your body isn't static. A real true lifestyle change should adapt to changes in your new life, quote unquote. So a new job, a new schedule, a new sports season, familial status, getting married, having a baby, somebody passes away, etc. However, if your plan isn't flexible enough to evolve with you for years to come, then it's a diet. Number five, if you hate it, it's a diet. Like I tried to give up cream in my coffee. I tried to convince myself that I love black coffee. I do not. I find it disgusting. It's repulsive. It's something that I was doing to try to cut calories and fat out of my diet, and I hate it. So that is a diet behavior for me. Other people love black coffee. Number six, if it involves quote unquote challenges or competitions, if it's a journey, quote unquote, it's most likely a diet. Because challenges and competitions and quote unquote journeys, they all have an end. They all eventually end. The key to permanent healthy lifestyle change is that it normalizes. It becomes normal. So it's not something that it's something you don't need to continue to work on, and it doesn't complicate living well on your own terms. Number seven, if the program is exactly the same for all of the participants instead of individualized for you, then it's a diet. Number eight, if your so-called lifestyle change makes it a pain in the butt to go out with your friends or family, it's a diet. And number nine, if you have to jump through hoops to quote unquote figure out what you're going to eat on vacation or on a holiday or a night out, then it's a diet. So that's Life Bliss Lisa's list. And here are some other identifiers that I found on another page. They're pretty similar to the last 9, but they just have a bit of a different tone. So I thought I'd share these as well. There's just 5. Just 5, yes. So number 1, if your new lifestyle means cutting out foods or drinks that you like or love, not due to allergy or intolerance because they're quote unquote bad or quote unquote toxic, then it's a diet. Number 2, if your lifestyle means that you cut out an entire food group, like grain or dairy, for reasons other than a medically diagnosed allergy, intolerance, or sensitivity, and then it's a diet. And just a note here, if your doctor mentions that you might want to try cutting out dairy or gluten and see how you feel, but your doctor does not prescribe actual testing, and actual testing means they draw your blood and or they test a stool sample. Yes, you collect your poop and you send it in and they test. Then if you don't do those tests, then you cannot confirm that you actually have an allergy, an intolerance, or a sensitivity. On the flip side, if you feel like every time you eat dairy that you have an upset tummy, or if you feel like every time you eat gluten, then something's just not right with your digestive system, and you try cutting those things out and you feel much better, then go with it. That's called listening to your body. Number 3, if you're feeling hungry on a new plan and you're hungry and your hunger is considered virtuous, like I'm doing something good, it must be working because I'm hungry, then that plan is a diet. Number 4, if your new lifestyle requires that you drink a shake as a meal replacement, and not because you just had oral surgery or you can't sit down to eat, or that shake is the most convenient way for you to nourish yourself when you would otherwise, say, skip a meal due to lack of time or preparation, if you're required to drink a shake as a meal replacement, then it's a diet. And number 5, your lifestyle requires you to purchase proprietary weird foods like dietary supplements or oils, then it's a diet. Okay, thanks for joining, guys. I gave you a shout out at the beginning, Jill. So go back and watch the replay. Okay, so there you have it. Those lists cover just about everything I could think of. If you want my sources, as always, just send me a message. I'm happy to. I keep track of all of them as I do the research for each of these episodes. And so I have a growing stack of papers in my office. I have to figure out what to do with all that. If anybody wants to donate a scanner, feel free. And I borrowed those 2 lists from 2 really, really, really good articles that were actually really entertaining. So I would highly recommend reading them. They're great bloggers. So if any of that sounded familiar to you or hits home with a new healthy lifestyle that you're thinking about adopting, or one that you just tried and quote unquote failed at, then maybe everything makes sense to you now because you were really on a diet and you just didn't know it. And if somebody's trying to sell you a way to quote unquote control your cravings or your appetite, please don't be fooled. They're trying to sell you a diet. If somebody's trying to quote unquote help you feel better about yourself by selling you the tools to adopt the plan that worked for them, please don't be fooled. They're selling you a diet. If somebody invites you to a meeting or a party where they will share their secret to renewed energy and a new lease on life, then let's use some caution. I'm not saying that these people don't mean well. They truly believe in their products and they truly want to help you. I know many people in this business, and I'm in this business, and I don't want to disparage any of them or their messages or their livelihoods. But the fact is that we need to be aware weight loss sells. But the consumer is becoming suspicious. And so people are having to market their weight loss products in sneakier and sneakier ways. I do have to point out, though, that many of these products have benefits that go way beyond weight loss. Here, and maybe this will sound like a plug, but it's a product that I believe in. It's a company I believe in. I've been a coach for almost 4 years. And so I just want to talk about Beachbody products are a perfect example. And I'm trying to be a coach that shares all the ways our products can help people lead healthier lives while also loving themselves just the way they are. In all honesty, I have actually cut some of my favorite workouts out of my repertoire because I don't care for the commentary from the trainer. I don't like being told that the express purpose for moving my body is to torch calories, quote unquote. I don't like being told that if I don't, quote unquote, blow it in the kitchen, I can have the body of my dreams in 3 weeks, which let's remember that if we lose so much weight in 3 weeks that we attain the, quote unquote, body of our dreams, that weight loss most likely won't be sustainable anyway. I don't like weights being called, quote unquote, girl weights, as if there's something weak about being a girl. But I still use Beachbody products. I drink a shake every single day, not as a meal replacement. Sometimes it is a helper because I don't have time to sit down for a meal. I'm in the car. But the primary reason I drink a shake every day is because I hate taking vitamins. I hate swallowing pills. And I don't always eat all the nutritious things that I should because I'm a real person. I don't have time to create perfect meals that meet all my needs. So in one fell swoop, I can drink a shake and know that I've got my bases covered. I also press play on Beachbody programs about 90% of the time. I also walk quite a bit. I do yoga. I coach lacrosse. But Beachbody's programs are short and fun and convenient, and I don't have to go to the gym, which I hate doing. I drink Power Greens because I like them. And because I don't get enough raw greens. I mean, who has time to eat a 5-pound salad every day? While they're delicious and they make you feel great, I don't have time to sit down for an hour to eat every day, or at one meal rather. And Energize is quickly becoming my go-to instead of coffee because coffee sometimes upsets my stomach. So in all honesty, I was originally attracted to Beachbody because I wanted to lose weight. And to a lot of people, there are a lot of coaches out there that market their business as weight loss. But as I start to change my thinking about food and weight loss, I'm trying to adopt intuitive eating as my way of life. I'm using intuitive eating to heal a lifetime of disordered eating habits and feelings about my body, but not everybody has that. So I honestly struggle as a Beachbody coach because I just can't get behind marketing the products as weight loss tools. I refuse to talk about them that way. And so I don't sell nearly as much as, I hardly sell any people as I could if I was using my own body as a campaign. And I could be sharing before and after photos of me in a bikini. Quite frankly, I don't have any that are that outstanding. And I could be dropping hints, like talking about the new program I'm not authorized to share yet. I'm seeing such great results. I can't believe how I'm never hungry. It's the easiest thing in the world, because it's never been easy for me. Every meal plan I've ever attempted to follow has been a struggle for me. That's not for everybody. I've been hungry every single time. And every time I adopt a meal plan from one of the programs, I quote unquote do great for 19 days. And then my lifetime of disordered eating kicks in. All my head game stories start replaying and I start the struggle all over again. That's why I quit dieting. I quit dieting entirely. I quit trying to follow a plan that was developed for the masses. It was not developed for me. And I'll be honest here, I have gained weight because of it. And there are so many reasons why I've gained weight, and they're all related to the psychological journey, my psychological journey that I've gone on since I started adopting intuitive eating. But for the first time in my life, I'm okay with it. I'm trying to be okay with my body. It's very, very hard though. It's very hard to love yourself no matter what you look like. It's very hard when somebody who was called chubby as a little girl, though I had no idea what the word meant and had to look it up in the dictionary, it's very hard to love your body when you grew up from age 5. Somebody calling you, a complete stranger at school calling you chubby. It's very hard to love your body no matter what when your middle school gym teacher told you in front of your entire gym class that all your problems would be solved if you would just lose a few pounds. And I was not a chubby child, to be honest with you. I was totally normal. And then that same middle school gym teacher privately suggested to me that there was absolutely nothing wrong with my body. He more than liked it. It's very hard to love your body no matter what when, as a young woman, you get catcalled while running outside. So you join a gym to escape that, and then the men there stand and stare at your chest while they're acting like they're lifting weights. It's hard to love your body when, as I developed, my body seemed to be the thing that garnered me attention, but it also seemed to be the thing that could, quote unquote, get me in trouble. But I could go on and on with my Me Too stories. I worked in finance, where as one of 2 women on a trading floor, I was subjected to sexual harassment daily, but I couldn't prosecute because when you get your securities licenses, you agree to settle everything through arbitration. I could go on, but so could all of you. As women, our bodies are battlegrounds, and it's not right. But I want to help people change how they feel about themselves now. I want to help prevent children from ever developing the feelings that I have suffered from my whole life. And so if you need some tips on how to actually incorporate long-lasting change in your life that brings about healthier habits and increased happiness, then I'm your girl. That's what I do. I make recommendations to people on ways to incorporate healthier habits into their lives on a daily basis in ways that they will actually remember to do them, because we want to do them, because when you feel the benefits of doing them, then you will want to do them more. And sometimes when we're getting started, we just need some accountability. That's another reason I stand behind Beachbody, because so much of the company is about community and bringing people together in forums where they cheer each other on. They don't body bash. Any step in a positive direction, people cheer you on. And I think that's a great element of a fitness community. And so the reason I'm able to provide accountability and make some of these recommendations to you is because I've been where you've been. I am where you are, and I understand what you have felt. We have all suffered, and there's no reason for you to suffer any longer. So give me a shout. My business is KP Coaching, and you can find all my contact information if you don't want to send me a PM through Facebook. I also post this on Instagram, and my website is www.kpcoachingjupiter.com. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the topic, which was diets in disguise. If you would like a copy of those 13 points that I shared, please feel free to message me. Please also feel free to share the video with anybody you feel might benefit from hearing what I have to say today. And you'll have to forgive me, but next week is spring break and I am going skiing. So I am not broadcasting next week. Instead, you can catch me on March 28th, which is 2 weeks from today. I will be talking, we're already up to principle 2 of intuitive eating, which is honor your hunger, which is not as easy as you would think when you've been denying your hunger signals, and diets in disguise are telling you that you're good and virtuous if you feel your hunger and ignore it. So until then, feel well, be well, stay happy, and bye for now. And I hope everybody who lives in South Florida enjoys their spring break. See you in 2 weeks. Bye.